Deena Von Yokes here, your instructor for the sob haircut today. In this video, we will be going over all the steps to create the Von Savvy Sob, which is a soft bob. This is a look that's so sought after in the fashion industry. What's great is you're gonna get an inside look on how to do it step by step yourself. This look is so popular due to being chic and editorial, but yet very versatile for everyday wear. It can go from day to night or streetwear to catwalk. In just a few tips and a few minutes, we will be introducing you to the down low and be able to up your hair game. Now, if you want to own it, you have to do it. And there is a difference between technical and practical, and you need a little bit of both. Technical is learning the step by step. Practical is going into actions of those steps. And until you do it, it will not fully be yours to own. So get your doll head out and let's start learning together. Let's get started and cut hair like a boss. Now we're continuing to take section by section and connecting the left side to the right side. And if you notice, I did my 90-degree partings from the front, which is the face, to the back, which is the nape of the neck, and that's front to back, and then I did left to right, so it's ear to ear in the sectioning. At this point, I'm sectioning off the top because you're gonna see at the end of the video, we're gonna do a drop down disconnect. So I'm keeping the crown separate from the entire interior and lower part of the haircut. It's important to be consistent with the moisture. You don't want one side to be cut dry and one side to be cut wet. So it's great to go back in and resaturate the hair with a little bit of water or cutting cream. And I'm going into my right side first section. And what do we do with the first section? This is what we want to start answering the questions ourselves so that we can consistently repeat that when we get behind the chair. This is to the skin is the answer. The first section is to the skin. Why? Because we're building the foundation. So this will be your guideline, your perimeter, your foundation. It's called many things, but the first section is dictating the rest of the haircut. So if I did that finger angle differently, in this case we did to the skin, 90-degree angles, and the hair straight down at a 90. I didn't over direct it back or forward. I directed it straight down and cut it off. So going back to elevation over direction finger angle, we're gonna do the second section. I always like to check left to right. One finger's elevation, and that means my finger underneath is to the skin, and it's elevating at one finger. This is where it's important to have the plan and think out what's gonna happen when this is finished. It's gonna be a nice stacked, beveled, clean, geometric line that your client will be your walking, talking advertisement. When she's at a clothing store or a friend's party, she will be your walking, talking advertisement. Now we're gonna just continue to repeat. And this is where you wanna master this and be masterful. I always take a section from the left to the right so that I can see even distribution from left to right, and I check my work afterwards. In the end, you will be able to go back and clean up the neck and clean up the hairline and make everything really precise. So a lot of times I like to say to myself and to others that sometimes to get through when we do a little self-doubting, like, is this gonna work out? And you know, why am I doing like this? And you start asking questions and you start doubting. It's good to just have a steady hand, a little grit, stay clear-headed, compose a plan, and stay strong. And you know what? Mistakes are gifts at the end of the day. So I'm all about going for it, listening to what the plan is, which I'm giving you the plan right now. You don't have to come up with it. But eventually you get this mastered and you have a client in your chair and you're going to know exactly what to do. And this is what breeds confidence, is practice, practice, practice. I've always had people say, how do you do it? And what I did is I've had 39 years of practice, and I've done the same thing over and over. I love this book called One Thing. It's a great book. This is where you take one thing and you continue to do it, where you are the master of that one thing. Instead of trying to do 20 different things, you focus on the one thing, and then you can add to your repertoire after that. So in this particular haircut, we will be building a nice, strong, solid foundation, a beautiful geometric line, and again, over direction is left to right, elevations up and down, and finger angle is in and out. And so I'm doing these 3 movements no matter what. This is happening in every single hair design. So you want to know why you're doing that movement and what it's going to get as an end result. So at the end result for this particular haircut, we're doing a 90 finger angle, 1 finger's elevation, no over direction, so everything is clean, precise, and blunt, because that's what I want at the end of the day. Once this underneath is all clean and precise, we're going to drop the top down, and I'm going to show you again the drop down and disconnect technique. And this is where you get to put your own signature on something that's such a classic haircut. So classic means something that will always be in fashion. It doesn't matter how many years go by. This haircut will never go out of style. And then what you do is you modify and make little changes that make it more modern or something unique and different, which is what we're going to do today with the drop down disconnect. At this point, we're connecting front to back, and it's always good to keep in mind, and I'm going to say it over and over in all these videos, when you're over the ear, you may not notice, but over the ear, I have no tension between the middle of my fingers, so that when you let it go, the ear is going to pop that section and make a C shape if you don't. So I keep my tension consistent in the back and over towards her face, but in the middle I lighten up on my tension so that it allows there to be a little length to the hair. I hope you enjoyed learning the step-by-step Von Savvy Sob, which is a soft bob. So take your time to duplicate what we've learned in this video onto your doll head. Happy cutting, and I do hope you enjoyed this technique, and I'll see you in the next video.